If you'd told me last week that my favorite podcast would save my life, I would have laughed. Back then, it was just a background hum as I cleaned my apartment or commuted to work. But last night, something changed. The hosts' voices, usually so comforting, slipped in a detail I'd never shared with anyone, the secret nickname my dad used for me when I was a kid. I paused, unsettled, but told myself it was a fluke, a weird coincidence. Then, this morning, as I brushed my teeth, the podcast announced, "You're going to choose the blue sweater today, aren't you, Jamie?" The predictions only got more accurate. Every choice, every stray thought, the podcast knew before I did. It joked about my breakfast before I ate it, commented on my playlist before I hit play, and even recited the text I was about to send my best friend. I tried turning it off, deleting the app, but the voices wouldn't stop. They echoed from my phone, my laptop, even the smart speaker I'd unplugged. I started to feel watched, like I was living someone else's script. By afternoon, the tone shifted. The hosts, who had always been witty and bright, grew urgent. "Don't go outside, Jamie," they said, voices trembling. "Stay where you are. Someone's waiting for you in the hallway." My heart hammered. I checked the peephole, nothing. But when I hesitated by the front door, the podcast hissed, "Run. Now." My legs moved before I could think, racing for the fire stairs as a shadow flickered under my door. I bolted down the stairs, phone clutched in my hand, the podcast screaming directions, left. Right. Don't stop. I burst into the alley behind my building, lungs burning. The final words from the host chilled me to the bone. "You made it, for now. But you're not alone. We're always listening, and so is it." Behind me, footsteps echoed in the darkness, perfectly in sync with the pounding in my ears.